Why don't I tell you about it now? I was in Salt Lake City, Utah, gorgeous little town, and I was there for a conference, getting together with some friends and business colleagues of mine for one of the ventures that I'm involved with, and it was a great, great time. Got to see got to see some old friends, sort of renew acquaintances there, and got to meet some fabulous new people, created some new connections, and got started in that process, I like to talk about. New relationships, new friendships, fantastic time. I was talking with someone there in Salt Lake, and they were saying that they had come from a very small town somewhere in the Midwest, and said, yes, I'm from this little place, and it's really, really great to be able to come and hang out in a big city like Salt Lake City. And I said to them, oh yes, that's certainly true. I know what you mean. And what I was thinking was that I had just done a little research before I left for the trip on the city of Salt Lake City. The current population, as of the 2020 census, the current population of Salt Lake City is about just under 200,000 people. So this person said to me, oh, great, big city like Salt Lake City. And I thought to myself, I remembered 200,000, I think that was just about the same number of people living in the apartment building next door to me growing up in Brooklyn. So it's really is a matter of perspective, as so many things are, but had a great time. Loved the city of Salt Lake, had a fabulous couple of dinners and evenings at a really, really cool place there in Salt Lake. I think it's on Temple Avenue, called the Rabbit Hole. And boy, did they take good care of us. The food's great, the drinks are made perfectly. You gotta go. If you ever find yourself in Salt Lake City and you are the type of person who enjoys an adult beverage from time to time, ask them to make you, go to the Rabbit Hole and ask them to make you a smoking gun. Oh, my goodness. My goodness, what a lovely beverage. Anyway, had a fabulous time there in Salt Lake, and talking about the servers, the bartenders, the people who took such good care of me at the hotel there in Salt Lake City. I saw something recently on someone had posted a meme somewhere on the interwebs, and it said this. What do you think about this? They said, the person who is nice to you but rude to the waiter is not a nice person. You catch that? The person who is nice to you but rude to the waiter is not a nice person. And I heard that and I thought, that makes a lot of sense to me. It really does, because what am I allowed to talk about? Everything in life, what's it all about? My friend, relationships, new connections. And you never know where your next great conversation, where your next new connection, where your next relationship, friendship is going to come from. It might be with that waiter or bartender. It might be from the person checking you out at the supermarket or the convenience store. It might be the cop directing traffic across the intersection where you're driving. You just don't know. Yes, it might be the person sitting across from you at the business table. Sure, the business conference table. But you just can't be sure who it is. So I figure, make it a nice conversation with everyone you meet. Give them a smile, give them a friendly face. Start that connection. Start that conversation, because you never, never know. And now I get to share something with you that's a little bit, maybe a little bit embarrassing. Oh my. Here we go. I've actually been thinking about this for some time. While I was in Salt Lake City, having a great time and meeting all sorts of new people, I was reminded through a number of situations and conversations that I need to pay much closer attention to my own wellness, fitness, health, and lifestyle. Some of you who know me personally, who have seen me in person, you know that you know the old saying, right, that the TV camera adds 15 pounds? Well, let's just say I didn't necessarily need the camera's help, as I'm carrying a bit too much in the spare tire department, if you know what I mean. So, had a conversation with my wife, Paula, my lovely bride, and we've agreed we are starting a brand new weight loss, fitness, wellness, nutrition, and lifestyle challenge in a couple of weeks' time. It's called R3. We'll get you the details on that a little later on. But the point is this. We are getting started. We are starting our journey, going to drop a few pounds, get ourselves back in shape, and it's not you notice I didn't use the D word. It ain't one of them things. This is a whole new lifestyle. It's a whole new way of nutrition, healthy eating, and we're getting started. And we would love to have you come along with us on a journey. If it's something you'd like to learn more about, if you'd like to jump on the R3 challenge and run through it with us, we'd love to have you. If you'd like to learn more about it, if you just want to reach out and send us a word or two of cheer or encouragement, we'd love that too. Here's how you can reach out. Reach out, you can email my fabulous producer, Gustavo, one of the technical geniuses here at nowmedia.tv, Gustavo at nowmedia.tv. That's Gustavo at nowmedia.tv. You can hit me up on the interwebs at Glen Henderson, at Glen D. Henderson. You can find me on Facebook. There you go, on the website and everything else. Email, you can drop me a line, and we'd love to hear from you. We'd love to reach back and support you if you've got a goal you're shooting for. If you've got a couple of pounds you need to lose, send us a word. We'd love to run along with you and cheer with you. Speaking of which, we've got some great people we run along with here every week. We're going to have, as always, some of the best advice, tips, information for you to build your business, grow your network and your life. My good friend Emilia is here. Can't wait to chat with her. And we've got a whole bunch more coming for you right after these commercial words. Don't go away. I'm here to take you to a new frontier, the final frontier. In fact, you and I are going where no one has gone before. I'm Glen Henderson, entrepreneur, success coach, and musician, and I want to personally invite you to take this journey with me in the pages of my best-selling new book, All I Need to Know About Success I Learned from Star Trek. We'll travel aboard the USS Enterprise, along with Captain James T. Kirk, Spock, and the finest crew in Starfleet. And we'll learn together about success principles like how to work with a team and accomplish your goals, when to fight for what you believe, and when not to, and what your business really is, no matter what you do for a living. Beam aboard with me. My mission is your success. And I'll see you on the bridge. Live long and prosper. And welcome back. And now we are going to kick off our conversations by getting into a subject that may be a little bit delicate for some of us. Have you ever heard athletes talk about the inner game? Talking about, well, yes, you can train, you can work out, you can run, you can lift weights, you can practice your techniques, your sports techniques, but the real work, the real training is inside, in here, in your mindset, in their attitude, in the way they approach each game, each encounter, each at-bat, if you like. And it's very easy, or it can be easy for not only athletes, but for you and me in our business and our life to trip ourselves up sometimes by not guarding our mindset, by not guarding our attitude. I believe the term is self-sabotage that we're going to hear about right now from our good friend, health strategist with Health for Wealth, Patria Leone. Hey, Patria, what's on your mind?
Hi, I'm Patria Leone, and this is Networking with Self-Sabotage, why and how to stop it. Now, self-sabotaging is caused by multiple issues. Why do you think entrepreneurs self-sabotage? As an entrepreneur, fear and low self-esteem within the businesses are two main reasons for self-sabotaging success. You know, when you started your business, you thought of the financial gain. And most likely, were over the moon, excited, and happy to start moving forward building your dream. making big promises due to the excitement. Managing time and finances become your priority. This causes you to spend so much time within your business creating tunnel vision. Having so much time into it without any balance creates room for errors. You may be self-sabotaging and you're not even aware of it. This will inhibit any type of success or progression. When implementing your business plan, you tend to hyper-focus in one area while neglecting other areas, causing indecisiveness throughout. And when you find something in one area, having so much time into it without any balance creates room for errors. You may be self-sabotaging and you're not even aware of it. This will inhibit any type of success or progression. When implementing your business plan, you tend to hyper-focus in one area while neglecting other areas, causing indecisiveness throughout. And when you find something in one area that works for you, this becomes habitual, losing the opportunity to be flexible when progress and changes are needed within your original business plan, lacking the true overall commitment. Now, all the necessary decisions to be made by you, the business owner, will have room for error without the ability to make financial decisions. This causes you to start doubting your abilities, breaking your original promises, and questioning yourself, if starting your business was the correct thing to do in the first place. When stress is overwhelming, although you think your idea and plan are great, you'll not let it go. You start having the lack of confidence, not delegating when necessary. Then fear to make any changes set in, holding you back from progressing. All of these actions and the lack thereof create low self-esteem. How do you stop self-sabotaging? In order to change anything, you need to be aware of the issue. Knowing the habits, they're key, such as needing to be perfect and procrastination. These are very self-destructive habits. First, you identify how you cope with stress. Is it an unhealthy manner? Take a step back to regroup, allowing yourself to breathe. Come back to it when you can focus and have clarity. Stop the obsessive self-doubting voice in your head. You are your own worst enemy. You can change this by creating a positive voice in yourself. Remind why you decided to start your business originally. As an entrepreneur, owning 2 businesses, Health for Wealth and H for W protein powders and supplements, I too compensated immensely in other areas of business, neglecting very crucial decision making, only to paralyze myself from progressing. I worked 70 to 80-hour work weeks, giving up personal things I liked to do, events I wanted to attend, and even my friends and family were neglected. And until I realized I needed a balance. I stepped back, regained clarity and focus, and then I became more creative. I was able to see everything as a whole, what needs to be accomplished and fixed. And when you have balance within your business and personal life, you have more energy and focus and clarity to be able to achieve so much more. Now take your personal self-care. How many times have you self-sabotaged with senseless excuses why you're not eating healthier, making better choices, getting some type of exercise during your day? Remember, you have one mind, and if you're sabotaging your business, your personal life will be suffering just as much, and you may not even be aware of it. It's a circle. Putting the attention into yourself will create positive situations with your life. Affects every aspect. Just as if you have the negative within your business, this will affect every aspect as well. How do you fix or manage something you're not aware of? Maybe you want to make changes, but possibly lack the motivation or are unsure of where to start. You're not alone. Now, I'm not for everyone, but if you have goals and you want to achieve goals, we work together and explore deeply your habits and behaviors that create your choices, ultimately dictating your progress. We build a 360-degree strategic plan based on your goals. You'll have motivation, accountability, proper knowledge and tools to get you to your best mind, physical, and financial fitness. Summer vacation and swimsuits are around the corner. Thinking of making any changes, then the H for W 30-day core challenge is just the start for you. You want to lose weight in inches, gain strength, nutritional guidance, healthy tips, motivation, and accountability. There'll be modifications for different skill levels, a different routine every day with the level of intensity and difficulty progressing throughout each day. It's in an online private platform. So if you're really wanting to challenge yourself, there will be an added daily power challenge at the end of each routine. Upon joining the H4W Core Challenge, you'll receive a BMI tape measure in order to measure your body and track your progress throughout the month. Your first day starts from the day you join, so everyone goes at your own pace, and make no mistake, you will have that 30-day commitment. This is the perfect start for you to progress in the right direction, in business and personal. You can join the H4W Challenge at forhealthywealthy.com, goh4w.com, or the link in the bio at Patria Leone on Instagram, and the Facebook page at Health for Wealth LLC. Thank you, and have an amazing day.
Thank you, Patria. Have you started noticing a little trend in our conversations today? Challenges all over the place. ForHealthyWealthy.com is where you can go to look up Patria, and the Go H4W Challenge sounds like a winner to me. So there you got it. Overcoming, conquering self-sabotage in your life and in your business. Now, moving right along, we're going to hear from our resident real estate expert on the trends that are taking place. Have you noticed that rates are going up a little bit? Not sure what to do? Well, let's take a listen and get some tips from DOS Home Loans, Yong Tran. Let's hear it, Yong. How are you doing?
Thanks, Glenn. Welcome back, everyone. Let's continue to talk about real estate with you and our amazing Networking Now audience. As with anything real estate, everything is down to location, location, and location. If you live on the East Coast, hurricane season begins on June the 1st and ends on November the 3rd. What you might not know is that hurricane season tends to raise the prices of homes between 3 to 4%. If you are in the market to sell a property, hurricane season is a great time to negotiate a higher price for your property. If you are in the market to buy a property, your real estate agent must have the know-how and skills to navigate the transaction and get you the best possible price. What other factors you need to take into consideration? A complete due diligence to find any damage to the property as a result for flooding, to request a copy of flood insurance coverage and any claims, and any renovations or improvements done as a result of flooding. It is okay to buy or sell a house that has been flooded or has had flood damage. However, it is critical to have an experienced realtor by your side to ensure your interests are protected. Do not worry too much at the beginning if you have had any of these problems in the past. It is important to have an experienced real estate agent by your side. Your real estate agent is like your best friend. You need to be transparent when talking to your agent. Having a real estate agent professional will alert you in advance of any potential issues. In the meantime, if you have any questions, feel free to contact me so I can answer them to you directly. Thanks, Glenn, and back to you.
Great information. You can find, thank you, Yong. You can find Yong at doshomeloans.com. There you go. And one important thing that I recall Yong just saying, always be transparent when you're talking with your realtor, because you want to make sure that they have the most accurate information about your current home, what you're looking for, your current financial situation, so that they can help you make the best possible decision, sell or purchase your home at the best possible price. Now, before we move along, just want to point out to you that the commercials, the little ads, the mentions that you hear and see in between our segments of our conversation here are available for you as a small business owner, as an entrepreneur. If you're looking to expand your reach, expand your exposure, not only in the Houston area, but across the country, reach out to us here. Look for my producer, Gustavo, at nowmedia.tv for your very own video business card. Let's have a look at them right now. Don't go away.
change the world with your soul and all your senses. There are no limits, just change the future and you're driven. Change the way, your passion and your spirit. You gotta change the world with one word, with the power of your soul. Because the magic is in you. You have the chance to change the world. You can change the world. And because you have the power, change the world, your mind and life. And because you know the path, change the sky. And because you have the power, change the world, your mind and life. And because you know the path, change the sky. You gotta change the world with one word, with the power of your soul. Because the magic is in you. You have the chance to change the world. Change the world with one word, with the power of your soul. Because the magic is in you. You have the chance to change the world. The power is in you. You can change the world.
And welcome back. Good to see you. You remember we were just chatting a moment ago with Young Tran about your real estate needs and the best way to buy and sell your home. Of course, we all know in this day and age, it's very, very difficult to buy and sell your home at the best possible price without solid credit. And so we're going to talk about that right now. We're going to hear from our friends at Paula Buen Credito. Let's have a listen to Janet Martinez. Here we go.
Back to Biz Talk with Sherman. I'm your host, Sherman On from Hotel Insurance Services. Really appreciate our guests coming on, and glad to be able to talk back with Janet Martinez from Paula Bien Credito. Welcome back to the show, Janet.
Thanks for having me.
All right, hair looks great. You did something fabulous, it looks like.
It's a refresher.
All right, so let's just jump right in because I know it's important for people to have a look at their credit, especially right now with what's going on. What are some few tips that you have in people maintaining good credit?
Well, definitely, I would say develop healthier financial habits. Just get into the practice of monitoring your credit at least every 2 weeks, or for the most basic part, just monitoring your spending habits. There's different apps that you could do for that, or even from your bank's perspective on the app on the phone, you'll be able to monitor the expenses that you do on a weekly basis. That way, when a month comes by, you'll be able to see exactly what categories are you spending more often. That's one, right? Monitoring your credit report, that's another one. That's a big one. Some people tend to do that every 6 months or even every year. And honestly, that's waiting too far out to monitor your credit report, just in case if maybe you have a late payment and you didn't realize that you actually have one, right? Automatic payments for credit cards, that would avoid getting hit with any late fees, or, getting hit with a late payment on your credit report, that could bring it down. It could bring your credit score down up to like 80, 90 points just for one late payment. So we want to try to avoid that with automatic payments. Don't do any card inquiries unless it's absolutely necessary. So kind of try to leave the emotion part out and just, unless it's completely necessary, then go ahead and do that. That's what I would say.
Wonderful tips there. So one of the things that kind of is out there, it's known as the college trap when it comes to credit. Tell the audience a little bit about that.
Okay, so students, when they're in college, within those 4, 6 years, whatever amount of years that they're in college, they start getting via mail. They start getting either pre-approval letters or invitations to get to apply for credit cards, and they get happy. A lot of them get happy, and it's necessary, yes, to have credit cards, but unless you know how to manage it or know enough to know which ones you should apply to or not, most of those credit card offers have high interest rates. So, to the very least, I would say go ahead and do your research first and compare which one has better reward points, lower interest rates, not just because you get something in the mail saying that you're pre-approved or an invitation to apply. That doesn't mean that you should automatically go ahead and do it, because you could be hurting yourself instead of helping.
Gotcha. Now, you mentioned before one late payment might drop someone's credit score. What are some other reasons why their credit score might go down?
The credit score can come down. Okay, so late fees, late payments would be one, right? Hard inquiries. So if someone is going shopping for a mortgage or shopping for a car, once you hit that car dealership, they don't tell you necessarily how many times you're going to run your credit. And I've seen clients' credit reports that it could be 10, 20 times for that matter. And that definitely affects your credit score, right? Besides that, if you have your credit utilization rate, if you have it at a max, if you're using over your 30%, which you shouldn't, right? That would affect it as well. So your personal debt, keep it down. That would help have a better credit score.
So taking advantage of the big sale over the weekend, and all of a sudden I go from maybe having $300 on a $1,000 credit limit, and now I'm at $800, that's going to affect my score.
It definitely is going to affect it. But Sherman, I'm not saying, you can't do that, right? But just be strategic about it. If you're going to do it this week, then make sure next week you at least pay half of it, right? Or at least do a minimum payment, and then before the billing cycle ends, go ahead and pay off the balance. That way you use the credit, but you don't get hit with interest.
Now, a big tip here for people that are looking to buy a home. When should they start looking into their credit to make sure that it's at the right place to be?
Okay, that's a great question. I've had clients that honestly, they want to buy a house within 3 months' time, but they haven't checked their credit report within 8 months. So I go ahead and I start by, doing a credit analysis, but then they don't realize that they have a late payment. They have a collection, right? So once you're going to start disputing these negative items, every case is different, but it could take anywhere from 4 to 7 months to get these items removed. And sometimes it's just a matter of just being persistent about it, right? So ideally, I would say, if you're planning to buy a house, I would say at least 6 months ahead of time, at least. That way you give yourself enough enough time to see exactly if there is in fact something that needs to be disputed, or maybe you just need to build up your credit to get better interest rate at the long run.
That's amazing. Great tips here today, Janet. I really appreciate you coming on and sharing these with the audience. How can people get in touch with you and your team over there at Paola Bien Credito?
Of course, definitely. Okay, so Paola Buen Credito, you can find us in Instagram, Facebook, YouTube as well, or the phone number 786-287-3955. Paola Corredor or Janet Martinez, you could find us on social media.
Wonderful. Well, thanks again for coming on the show, and look forward to seeing you soon. We're going to take a quick commercial break, folks, and come back, right?
Hi, my name is Amelia Young, and I am a breast cancer survivor. When I was diagnosed with cancer in 2016, I endured not only difficult physical challenges, but also mental challenges such as anxiety, depression, anger, and a great uncertainty about the future. In 2017, I went into remission, and I decided my goal was to provide to women like me a supportive and nurturing place to retreat, recharge, and heal. That is why I created Sumantra Holistic and became a breast cancer mentor and healing minister. I know from experience what you and your loved ones are going through, the sadness, the fear, the anger. And I know how to mentor you and yours during these difficult times. Let me help you. Let me be part of your holistic healing process. Let's walk this path together towards peace, health, and mental balance.
And hey, welcome back. Did that nice lady on the previous commercial look familiar to you? Does she remind you of any? Yes, it is that time. It's my favorite part of the whole conversation, the favorite part of our show. Amelia Jung, the founder of Sumatra Holistic. How are you this week, Amelia?
I'm well, thank you.
Excellent, excellent. You and I were talking during the break and just before you came on, something that really fascinated me. I wanted to ask you, I had asked you for a little update because you'd mentioned previously that you had just engaged with a couple of new clients, some of whom had been unfortunately diagnosed with breast cancer in different stages, maybe some of them even stage 4 breast cancer. How's that going? How are your clients coming along?
They're coming along quite well. One of them is actively going through chemotherapy again. And the difference between when we get some energy healing done on her and when we don't is really quite remarkable. In fact, just this last week, she experienced so much pain from the first round of chemo. This is the second time she's going through chemo rounds. Anyway, we brought her pain level down from an 11 to a 2, and that is pretty significant.
Wait a minute. I have to stop. I've always heard that on the pain scale, when one goes to see a doctor or a physician or a therapist, a surgeon or something like this, you know, you're given a pain when it's applicable. You're given an opportunity to describe your pain or to categorize your pain on a scale from 1 to 10.
Yes.
Whereas 1 being, oh, this doesn't bother me at all, no big deal, to 10, I want to die. I mean, I'm joking,
Yes.
I'm joshing,
Yes.
of course, you know what I mean. But you're saying this woman's pain was at a scale 11.
Yes, I received this feedback from her the following day.
Wow.
And she said, you brought my pain level down from 11 to 2. Those were her words. And you know what is even more amazing is that we have been doing distance healing as opposed to in-person healings because she's been too weak to be able to come into my workplace.
Okay.
So we've been doing healings from a distance via Zoom.
Okay, now you're going to you knew I was going to ask you. Please explain to me how in the world. See, I'm not a medical professional. People know this. I'm a conversation guy. I have no. How? It seems to me very difficult, but you obviously are doing it and doing it very well. How is it possible to conduct these kind of pain and management and healing exercises over a Zoom call? Please tell me.
Well, it is intention again, right? All healing, the basis of all healing is intention. And so what we do on a Zoom call is that, you know, we see each other at the beginning, right? We talk about how she's feeling. And then after all of that, then I have her lie down on her bed. And then I just do things the way I normally do in an in-person session, except that I'm just visualizing in my mind that I am there with her. And you know, like for example, if I was trying to do the assessment before the healing, I would just say that, okay, I would like to sense the boundary on the right side of her body, and then now to her feet area, now to her left side, and now above her head, and now the front of the. So I do the movements as if I was doing it in person. And I might describe what I'm talking so that she knows that what I'm doing. And the rest is all just visualization. And it works. I mean, they feel it.
That is really, really interesting to me because, and I know it's going to be interesting as we get into a little more detail about this to our viewers and listeners, because I know, and I'm sure you've heard it before, people saying, oh, you know, this energy stuff, this energy healing, it's all, oh, come on, it's all in your mind. But, well, in fact, it kind of is, isn't it?
Well, the thing to ask is, where is the mind, right? A lot of people tend to associate the mind with the brain, but really the mind is not localized in the brain. It is in the energy field. So this is actually a nice little phrase that I coined recently with another client, and that is, it's not in your mind, it's in your field. You know how, sometimes people have these problems, and doctors and others, they don't believe you and say, it's just in your mind, it's just in your head. Well, it's not in your head, it's in the field.
It's in your field, it's in your aura, in your quantum signature.
That's correct.
Now, you have been talking, we've been talking about your work with your newest clients and with all of your clients, and how you're able to even affect some of your work at a distance on a Zoom call. Now, it sounds to me like, and it may sound to, as I say, to our viewers and listeners, that you're dealing with some of your cancer clients from a place of experience. Now, I know that a number of our viewers are new here and haven't seen some of the conversations that you've had. If you wouldn't mind, we've got a minute. Just take a moment and take us back a bit through your own story and how you came to be a healer and your own experience with health and wellness and disease management.
Well, I've always been very sensitive to other people's pain, and that caused me a lot of problems. And one day I just sort of found myself in a retreat where they were playing around with the energy field, and then that opened up a whole new world for me. And the great thing about working with the cancer patients is that I can be that beacon of hope for them, because I have been where they are, and I'm just further along the road, the journey of healing. So they have a goal to reach, and they can see, that I'm doing well. So it's very, it brings it home to them that you can get well, you can get through this and find yourself in a really good place.
That is interesting to me. This whole thing you were saying, that you can be a beacon of light. You can help because you're a bit further along the road as compared to where they are. It reminds me of something that I'd heard from my voice teacher. As you know, Amelia, I have had quite a long career as a professional singer and entertainer, and just so you know, my friends, every great singer, every great performer has a coach, has a teacher. You know that Luciano Pavarotti worked with a vocal coach all right up through the end of his life, all of his life. And I had a brief career as a voice teacher and vocal coach. I went and consulted with my teacher before I started that, and I said, oh my goodness, I'm so nervous. These students are putting their voices, potentially their careers in my hands, and do I have what it takes? Do I have the knowledge, the wisdom? And my teacher, Paul Spencer Adkins, out of Philadelphia, by the way, wonderful man, said to me, Glenn, let me set your mind at ease. He said, you know what you need in order to be a successful voice teacher? Do you know what you need? What? Tell me. You need to be 2 to 3 lessons ahead of your students. What? as long as you are further, he said to me, as long as you are further along the road than they are, you can guide them to come along to where you're going. And it sounds to me like that's pretty much what you are doing with many of your clients and the people that you work with.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, that's
Yes.
great. Now, what have you got going in the last couple of minutes here, Amelia, that we have? What do you have happening? I know your schedule's getting busier and busier all the time. So what's going on in the next week or two?
Actually, tomorrow I am holding a cancer support group at Rick Rice Park in Katy, 700 West Green Boulevard at 10:30 a.m. And it follows another event called Walk with a Doc, where the doctor who diagnosed me is hosting a lecture and a walk. And so at my event, I will be demonstrating energy scanning of a person's field, as well as just a basic healing sequence, just to show people what it is that I do and how it can tremendously help those who are going through the cancer journey.
Indeed, indeed. Remember, tomorrow,
Yeah.
Rick Rice Park on West Green Boulevard in Katy. And what was the time on that?
10:30 a.m.
From 10:30 a.m. tomorrow at Rick Rice Park in Katy. So we'll be looking forward to seeing you there, and come on around, come check out Amelia, come have a conversation. She can help. I know. I can tell you from experience that working with Amelia will really make a difference in your health and your wellness. Amelia, it's so great to see you, as always. Have yourself a fantastic weekend. We'll look forward to chatting with you again very, very soon.
Thank you.
We'll be right back after these words.
Working through the legal system is challenging and risky, especially if you don't have the right legal team on your side. After a personal injury, criminal case, or an insurance claim, let me represent you. I know how difficult a criminal or a personal injury case can affect you and your loved ones. And I also know that sometimes bad things happen to good people. My name is Richard Nava, principal attorney at Nava Law Group. We are highly qualified legal counsel serving Houston, Edinburgh, and Laredo. At my firm, our team of legal experts has helped thousands of people that have been treated unfairly. Nava Law Group has become a pillar of the community and has developed a solid reputation with industry peers, clients, and members of the legal system. Take a decisive step today. We are here to make sure your legal rights are protected and you get the settlement you deserve.
Hi, I'm Jen Goday. And I'm Paula Cook. We are founding partners of Odyssey Now Television. At Odyssey Now TV, we are leveraging the power of on-demand television to positively impact you, the planet, and humanity. Designed for modern, purpose-driven entrepreneurs and individuals who recognize that wealth is balance, Odyssey Now TV is revolutionizing the delivery of powerful and thought-provoking content.
True success in business and life requires continual personal and professional development, which Odyssey Now TV delivers. We have curated this transformational content by global experts for you directly to your TV and smart devices, anytime, anywhere, and instantly at your fingertips.
The purpose of life is a life with purpose. Join us and become the absolute very best version of you. Visit us at odysseynow.tv and claim your success, wealth, and life balance.
Welcome back. Oh, and by the way, just so that you know, make a note for the future, that nice lady on the last mention there, Jen Godet, and I are going to be having a conversation right here on Networking Now in the very near future. And now, to wrap up our conversations with our final chat for the day, we're going to talk about mindfulness, about, again, supporting yourself in doing what you need to do to be the best version of yourself for your business, career, and life. Let us hear from the co-founder of Odyssey Now, Lorraine Hardy. Hello, Lorraine. Great to hear from you.
Hello, I am Lorraine Hardy. I'm a life coach and I work with people who are often stuck in life and or business due to the residue from past experiences. And today I want to talk about forgiveness. So we are where we are, and we are where we are meant to be at any given time. We are the combination of everything that has happened to us. Now, good or bad, all our experiences create an impact on us as human beings. Sometimes that impact can freeze us, can make us stuck. Now, sometimes that makes us stuck in our home life. We end up, not having healthy relationships, or we often find ourselves arguing with lots of people, having falling outs with friends and family. In business, it can stop us creating the impact we want in business. It can stop us from having the income that we want. It can stop us growing and evolving as a entrepreneur, or as a serial entrepreneur, a CEO, wherever you are on that line and on that journey. The thing to remember is that it's okay to feel everything that you feel. It's absolutely right and proper that you feel everything that you feel. The key is not to undo the past. It's not to pretend that whatever it is or whatever it was didn't happen to you. The key is to take away the control that that experience has on you today. It would be wrong to try and remove experiences, because then you wouldn't be who you are. What's important is that you learn to forgive yourself. Learn to forgive some of the decisions that you may have made. Now, I know as someone who has experienced trauma that I have made irrational decisions at times. And I've made not the best business decisions at times. But we're always on a journey. We are walking our own path. And at each stage, when you sit back and you reflect on where you were to where you are now to, looking at where you want to be in the future, you must allow yourself to say, it's okay that I made those decisions because I'm learning from it. It's okay that I made some not great financial decisions. I have brought so many different coaching programs throughout the decades. And when I add all that money up and I think, gosh, all that money could have gone somewhere else. But at the time, I wasn't able to understand what it is I needed. I wasn't able to understand that what I truly needed was to heal myself, to put the past where it needed to be able to take the control away so that actually my thought processes, my mindset, my physical health, everything about me was controlled by me who I am today and not by me who I am tomorrow. And that can be really scary. And when you're in a business environment or you have your own business, you have employees, and you're feeling out of control, or you're feeling that maybe your emotions are clouding some of your decision making, it's time to sit back and go, okay, what is this feeling? Where is it from? How do I need to resolve it? What do I need? What skills do I need in order for me to take the control back so that I can be a better version of myself? Because we all, right, want to be the best versions of ourselves. I've not met anyone in the 22 years that I have worked in this area, met anyone who doesn't want to be a better version of themselves. It's about knowing where to go, who to go to, what skills you need, where and who do you need to learn it from. So give yourself a break. Allow yourself to be who you are right now, in this moment. Because you will then have a better ability to think more clearly. You will be able to understand your needs in a greater level. And the healthier you are as a person, the better your business will run. Because the clearer your mind is, the clearer your decisions are. It seems completely logical, right? Really simple. But when you're stuck in an emotion, it's not that simple. It feels almost impossible. So it's about understanding that, giving yourself a break, forgiving the journey that you've had, and just accepting that you now need something different.
Thank you so much, Lorraine. Wow, wasn't that profound? I'm reminded by what Lorraine mentioned to us of the absolutely crucial importance of what's called presence. I've heard it described that way. I went through a life coaching course many years ago, and one of the phrases that was used very frequently during the course was be here now. We need to learn how to let go of some of the remorse, some of the bad feelings of our past, and let go of some of the anxiety about the future, and just simply live in this moment when we can be most focused, have the best clarity of mind, and be able to accomplish our goals. Now, as we wrap up, one thing I wanted to share with you that's coming up for me, you may want to swing by and say hello to us if you're anywhere here in the Houston-Katy area. My new company, HDM Smokers. Yep, we build heavy-duty professional-grade offset barbecue smoker pits. We're celebrating our grand opening at our warehouse in Brookshire, Texas on Friday, the 3rd of June, 4 o'clock. Oh my goodness, come on out. The Chamber of Commerce is going to be there. We're going to have music and refreshments, and we'll have some fabulous artisan vendor tables out and fantastic music. Did I mention we're going to have some barbecue? Randy Duncan of Daddy Duncan's Barbecue will be out with us as well, sharing some of his artistry at the pit, and we'd love to see you from 4 o'clock on Friday, the 3rd of June. We're excited about it. HDM Smokers is rolling, and we'd love to have you come on out and say hello and roll along with us. Well, that's our conversation for today. So glad to have you coming along. Always our thanks, our appreciation to Lorraine Hardy, to Yong Tran, to Emilia Jong, to Patria Leone, to my good friends here in the studio, Caliph and Gustavo, our executive producer, the one, the only, Juan Guevara Torres. Feel better, Juan? I know he's a little bit under the weather this week, and we hope to have him back at 100% very, very soon. Great to see all of you. Thank you so much for swinging by and having a conversation with me. We will see you again. And by the way, remember, always, as we always say, everything in life is about creating relationships. Everything. Make it a fantastic weekend. We'll see you again here on Networking Now very, very soon. Bye for now. This has been a Now Media Television feature presentation. All rights reserved. I'm here to take you to a new frontier, the final frontier. In fact, you and I are going where no one has gone before. I'm Glen Henderson, entrepreneur, success coach, and musician, and I want to personally invite you to take this journey with me in the pages of my best-selling new book, All I Need to Know About Success I Learned from Star Trek. We'll travel aboard the USS Enterprise along with Captain James T. Kirk, Spock, and the finest crew in Starfleet. And we'll learn together about success principles like how to work with a team and accomplish your goals, when to fight for what you believe, and when not to, and what your business really is, no matter what you do for a living. Beam aboard with me. My mission is your success. And I'll see you on the bridge. Live long and prosper.
If you are in the market for your next property, or if you're looking to refinance it, DOS Home Loans is your one-stop solution. Hi, my name is Yang Tran, branch manager at DOS Home Loans. With over 20 years of experience and thousands of loans originated, DOS Home Loans has funded conventional loans, VA loans, FHA loans, loans for first-time home buyers, jumbo loans, and even reverse mortgages. Keeping with the latest current market trends, we also offer non-QM loans which cater to self-employed borrowers. We have solutions to help consolidate your debts, including student loans, as well as house renovations. Our goal is to make your lending experience as effortless as possible. With competitive rates to fit your individual needs, our customer service representatives are some of the best in the nation. Let us be a part of your success in securing your next loan. Call me today for your own personal consultation.
En vivo desde Houston, la ciudad espacial. Esto es Now Media Televisión.
¿Qué tal? Reciban un fuerte y caluroso abrazo desde aquí, desde Houston, desde la ciudad espacial. Quien les saluda, Gustavo Soto, conductor de su programa Visión Empresarial. Recuerden que somos la primera vitrina comercial